10 base T, where 10 base T means 10 means that Mbps speed, the data that it is traveling at the speed of 10 Mbps, as well as the baseband signal and twisted pair cable. The T stands for this twisted pair cable and base stands for baseband signal. So you are transmitting a 10 Mbps signal, that signal type is baseband, and you are using a twisted pair cable actually. So maximum distance covered with this UTP is actually 100 meters. Okay, there are certain drawbacks also of this UTP cable. Actually it is particularly susceptible to crosstalk, which is like I defined earlier, when signals from one line get mixed up with signals from another line, right? Okay, again there is an attenuation problem is there actually. When you are sending a signal, some part of the signal actually it is lost, it is attenuated, so you are not able to recover, you are not able to receive the whole signal that you have transmitted. So there is always a loss of information in this UTP. There comes actually STP, shielded twisted pair. It is again kind of twisted pair only. It is a kind of copper wiring where a cable, where a pair of wires are twisted around each other and they are covered in an insulating tube. So how it looks somewhat like this. And if you see that green or something, that shining metal, that is actually shielding, right? Okay, the covering is designed to protect the wire from electromagnetic interference as well as it serves as a ground actually. This extra protection, however, there are some limitations of this extra protection. It limits the wire's flexibility. So you can't mold actually, you can't turn this twisted pairs actually too much, otherwise it will get broken. The extra protection means that STP is more expensive. Again, if you are adding something, then it becomes expensive. The extra protection of this STP comes with like too much of price. Again, it is expensive than UTP. Uses a woven actually copper braid jacket and a higher quality protective jacket. It also uses foil wrap between and around the wire pairs. It is much less susceptible to interference and supports higher data transmission rates than UTP. So if you are having an application that needs too much of data transmission, like again more than 100 Mbps of data, then you should go for this STP, right? Again shielding, because you are using shielding actually, so it makes somewhat harder to install. So this kind of STP shielding twisted pairs, they are hard to install actually. Again it covers the same distance, but the data rate is too much, same distance of around like 100 meters as that UTP does, right? Okay, next cable actually, it is a flat ribbon cable. Again you have seen in the computers actually, for our floppy disks or CD drives, this kind of cables they are using actually. It is a cable in the form of a ribbon, so it looks somewhat like this actually. It is a flat ribbon cable. In this type of cable actually, standard number of cables, it is there will be a standard that is decided actually, and then those standard number of cables only it is going to connect, that is we have to connect, and then it is connected parallel to each other to form a ribbon type structure actually. Again when the voltage range or current range it is low, at those applications you should go for flat ribbon cable. This is a low voltage range cable actually, mainly used for computer applications. PCI, peripheral component interconnect, that is a bus, kind of bus actually, and then this hard disk connection with our motherboard of the computer or floppy disk drives. So on those applications we should go for this flat ribbon cable actually. Okay, then there is again a Teflon coated wire or cable actually. Under this category, various types of special cables manufacturers are there, and they use actually Teflon coating, like high voltage corona resistance wires, there you should use for Teflon coating. Basically it works as a gasket actually, right? Smoke cable for fire alarm systems. If you have any fire alarm systems in industries or you are monitoring something, those sites you can see you will be using a Teflon coated wire actually. Compensating cables, both screened and unscreened, are available in a wide range of conductor sizes with PTFE. PTFE stands for polytetrafluoroethylene insulation. Basically it works like same as Teflon, and it is used as a gasket or insulation material. It looks somewhat like this, right? The jacket, it is quite thick, right? Okay, then comes actually the fiber optic cable. Nowadays everywhere actually you will see this kind of cable if you are using wire communication, fiber optic cable. Difference, how it is different from other type of cables is like, it consists of a center glass core and surrounded by several layers of protective materials, and again it transmits light rather than electrical signals. It transmits light. So if you can see, it looks somewhat like this, and there is then illumination is there actually, that light signals are there. Okay, it transmits light rather than electrical signals. It eliminates the problems of electrical interference. So when electrical interference is a problem actually, you should go for fiber optic cable, right? So again it is expensive actually, that is the main drawback of this fiber optic cable, but again it eliminates the problems of electrical interference, right? So when money is like okay, but when we have like electrical interference, we want to reduce noise crosstalks, we should prefer fiber optic cable when we are looking for quality, right? This makes it ideal for certain environments that contain again large amount of electrical interference. Okay, again it has also made it the standard for connecting networks between buildings due to its like immunity to the effects of moisturing and lighting. So it does not get affected too much by moisture and any lighting, all those things. So you should go for this fiber optic cable. It is very good for high speed long distance data transmission, right? It supports both, like supports data, voice, video, audio, video, all those things. It easily supports actually. Speed of the data that can be transmitted, it is like 100 Mbps and it can go way beyond actually up to 2 Gbps, gigabits per second. It can cover a distance of up to 2 kilometers without a repeater. Again, it can be easily tapped and data stolen, so ideal for security of the data. Problem with this optical cable is, fiber optic cable is, it is difficult to work with. Skilled persons are required actually to handle it. Again, it transmits right rather than the electrical signals. It is more expensive compared to other types. There are two versions actually, two modes that it is available in two modes actually, single mode and a multi mode. Okay, in multi mode and single mode, that the thickness, the outer diameter, it is in microns actually. If you go for like multi mode, there like in the light travels in this mode actually, in the core actually, in the form of rays, and if there are different types of rays actually, right? The thickness of this core is too much actually, it is larger, it's biggest, and then it is used with LED types of sources actually, to like you can have wavelength of 50 nanometers, right? In single mode, if you see, light travels only in the form of single rays there, right, in the core actually. It is used in normal CCTV cameras, right? It is used, again it is used in LED TVs, right? Okay, in this fiber optic cable actually you need two wires actually, two wires in the sense, one is like signal, it is traveling in the form of light, so you need signal actually, it is in the form of unidirectional, the signal is unidirectional, so you need two wires only. One is for transmitting and second one is for receiving actually. Next one is the non-metallic sheathed cable actually, sheath cable. It consists of copper or aluminum wires. You can use both, like copper depending on your applications and the type of connectivity that you need. It is again covered with paper and vinyl for insulation and protection. So what they do is that insulation material that they are using as a paper and vinyl actually. Again there are certain types of waterproof and suitable for burial in soil actually. We are not discussing too much about non-metallic sheathed cable actually. Okay, next one is the armored cable. It consists of flexible metallic shield with individual wires inside. How it looks? It looks somewhat like this actually. Then there is a twisting outer jacket, right? Okay, wires are insulated with vinyl and wrapped in paper for protection. It provides good protection against mechanical damage. Fairly easy to install in narrow and irregular building sections. So when you are like the structure is not proper, irregular building sections are there, then you should go for armored cable actually. It has a tendency to rust and develop short circuit, so you should take care while you are using this kind of cable actually. It has a tendency to get rust and develop short circuit also, unsuitable for use in damp areas. Again if you see armored cable, if you are using today, it will be referred to as MC type of wiring. It looks like this. Unarmored cable actually, it has same like armored cable, but if you see, there is no protective flexible steel covering around it, so its covering, it is made of only plastic. Okay, next kind of cable, it is conduit. It is basically a tube that contains individual insulated wires. It is available in half inch, 3x4 inch, 1 inch or larger diameters. It may be rigid or bendable, so you can easily bend it. Known as electrical metallic tube, and bends up to 90 degrees, so you can easily bend up to 90 degree. There won't be any broken wires actually, it won't easily get broken. Again it is available in metallic form as well as in plastic. You need actually couplings and connectors actually to assemble and attach to boxes. Plastic fittings are waterproof, so it provides waterproof seals where needed for metal conduit. Provides most protection for wiring. Requires for most commercial jobs. It is quite used actually. It looks somewhat like this actually, conduit wires. Okay, so we covered almost all the kinds of cables, like different types of cables and its applications. Next we are going to see about how to identify a wire or a cable, right? So you can determine the wire or cable actually. There are four criteria actually: the type of outer covering, that material that you are using, individual wire covering that you are using, Then the type of construction, how it is constructed actually, that with the help of that you can identify. Then again the total number of wires that is that cable is using. Common types of wires and cables are like, if you are having type T, it will be clearly written as type T, that is used for use in dry location. If it is a type like TW, it is used in dry or wet locations. It is written as THHN, that is used in dry location with high temperature, right? So depending on our applications, we should use our cable actually. We should go for the type of cable actually where it is written this kind of types are written, right? So if it is written as THW and THWN, it is used in wet locations with high temperature. It is written as XHHW for high moisture and heat resistance. So depending on your environment, depending on your moisture contents, on all those like heat contents, we should go for our these cables. If it is like UF, it is direct burial in soil but not concrete. Okay, you can identify the wires of the cables with the help of color coded to help identify the function in the circuit. If it is like hot wires, like positive wires, you can have like black, red and blue. For neutral wires, normally they use white or carry current from appliance back to source. If you are grounding wires, actually normally what they do is green, bare and ground all metal boxes and appliances in the circuit actually. Generally stemmed at regular intervals. Again you can identify with the help of type, wire size and the number of conductors that the cable it is using. Examples, it is written 12/2 or 12-2. There are like two strands, right? Number 12 wire, one will be black and second one will be white. It is written 12/2, but then again it is added like W/G, so it will be two strands of number 12 wire actually, black and white, plus a green or bare ground wire will be added in that. If it is written 12/3, it will be three strands of number 12 wire, red or blue, black and white. If it is written 12-3, W/G, if it is added there, same as like 12/3 but plus a green or bare ground will be there. Okay, so what we did actually, we covered almost like all the types of cables, how to identify the different types of cables, applications of different types of cables, but again there are certain criteria actually. If you are going in a market like for your application, for buying a cable, you are buying a cable actually for your industrial applications, there are certain criteria that you should look for. Okay, first of all is the installation logistics. How easy is the cable actually to work with, whether the cable is like flexible or no, whether cable it is easy to install or no, it is easy to handle or no. Those things first of all you should think, right? So all these types of cables, their advantages, disadvantages, you should look for. Then the shielding actually, the type of shielding that it is using, again the type of environment that you are using, that your application is there, you should go for that kind of cable actually. If the area noisy, so noisy area you should prefer a cable having good resistance to interference. So it will be like fiber optic cable that you can use. It is has like but again that the problem with that fiber optic cable is that it is quite expensive, right? Then the third parameter that you should think of, it is a crosstalk actually. That is I explained earlier, where data security is important. This is a problem actually. So when like secure data transmission is there, you should think of like using a proper cables actually. Again you can go for like fiber optic cable, because nobody can like stole your this wires, and data security will be there, right? So applications like power lines, motor relays and radio transmitters, they cause crosstalk actually. So also in those applications you should go for fiber optic cable. Transmission speed, again it is a part of the bandwidth actually. You are transmitting, normally it is measured in Mbps, megabits per second. Commonly we are using 10 Mbps and 100 Mbps. It is becoming very common actually. Nowadays everybody is talking about 100 Mbps data, right? So fiber you can go for fiber optic cable actually. It can again go well above 100 Mbps, but it is costly actually, and it requires, like as I discussed earlier, it requires experts to install, right? Attenuation is a big problem actually, right? I discussed earlier, you should choose a cable that attenuates very less actually. Otherwise there will be too much of loss of data actually, and you won't be if you are you're transmitting any data that is quite important, right? And the attenuation of the cable is too much, you will lose those data actually, right? So for military applications and all those things, you should think of the cable which is having very less attenuation, right? Okay, last is the cost actually. If you see, long distance costs more money actually, right? So if you are like using fiber optic cable, it is almost like everything is good in that fiber optic cable, but it costs more money because the range or the data it is covering, that is too much actually. So the cost is an important parameter, and long distance costs more money. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am going to play two videos. Video 1, if you see, I am going to play video 1, that is a real incident that happened in Japan, and it shows actually the one of the accidents that happened in actually plant in Japan, actually, that because of the short circuit, actually this kind of incidents can happen actually. And video 2, in video 2 I am going to show you how to troubleshoot any electrical wiring or any problems that is like in your house. So those two videos I am going to play. So if you see, this incident happened actually in one of the plants in Japan because of this short circuit actually. How much loss of data and property is there, right? Multi-core cable actually, in that short circuit happened actually. So the cables actually proper insulation was not there, and then that short circuit happened actually. So you should go for a proper standard actually material that for insulation. Proper cable should be there.
Hello everyone, I'm Terry Peterman, the Internet Electrician. One of our video shorts on current topics. Today we're going to discuss electrical wiring, use of an electric. So if you're willing and capable of doing your own electrical repairs, additions or renovations, and you've checked that it's okay with your local authority and got the proper permits, then it's very important that you do purchase a good electrical meter as part of your toolkit. Now it doesn't have to be a real expensive meter, but it just should be UL or CSA approved. And it also should have the functions of resistance and voltage testing, and to a lesser extent current measurement. But for most situations you won't need current measurement.